Hello and welcome back to Project Prototech. Alright, in our last episode we built the Eraser here and flew it from the blunderbuss, 67k away, all the way on down here in the search for some veggies. Now, after the last episode, I went ahead and parked on the ice over here. And you can see that I went ahead and mined a little bit of ice, filled up the ship as much as I could, and I have the O2H2 generators running. So hopefully that means that I won't run out of fuel as we start puttering around and searching for some veggies. So let's go ahead and see if we can find some from the air. Alright, so with the cargo completely filled with ice, we still can technically fly, which is good. But it is going to be moving slowly, so that's something that we're going to need to be aware of. Now, one of the little tricks that I have always found for searching for something on Earth-like is to zoom out. So when you are zoomed in, stuff can go ahead and kind of blend in with your surroundings, called alpha, and an unknown distress signal. Interesting. But, like for instance, I zoomed out and I was able to see these probably berries over here. Yeah, that looks like berries. Woo! Yep, more berries. Alright. And again, we are going to zoom out and see if there's anything that really kind of pops out as a, it's going that way. As something that we can, well, that shows up. So I am willing to do this down to about 50-ish% of my hydrogen. But after that, I think I might have to go ahead and do something else. More berries over by that rock. Hey, that one might be veggies. I'm 90% sure that it's berries, though. Woo, a little bit higher. Yep, that's berries. Okay. Let's see here. Keep looking around. Is there anything that shows up? Not seeing a whole lot. What? Hang on. Right over here. Something caught my attention. Now I've lost it. Right there. No. Ow! Fluff. Hopefully I didn't break anything too badly. Alright, so this is what I call the false berry plant. Looks like berries, but definitely isn't. I do have 2 hydrogen tanks. It might actually be more effective to just run around and fly around on my own with a jetpack. especially since my ship is not handling well with all the ice that I shoved in it. Alright. Not seeing anything. So the question here then is, do I keep looking around like this, or do I need to go ahead and build a rover? Okay, nothing was damaged on the bottom, so lucky me. Alright, let's go ahead and come check out this unknown signal up here. And we'll just keep an eye out for any veggies on our way. False plant. Woo! Don't toast myself. Is this it? Nope, berries. I tried. Alright. And you can see over there, kind of in the center of the screen, there's three more bushes. 4. So when you're zoomed out like this, you can really see the berry bushes. And this is also why surviving on Earth isn't that difficult, even with not setting up algae farms. However, finding something other than berries is not always the easiest. However, I've only found them on Earth, so I'm not sure, if I went somewhere else, if I could find them any easier or not. Alright, so there is something going on up here. I want to pop up above this ridge. I'm at 50% hydrogen. Okay, it is right there. And it's in the snow, so worst case scenario, I can always just kind of park here and refill from mining some snow. Don't crash. Slowly. Alright, so this was some sort of crashed large grid atmospheric ship. Don't crash, don't crash. I need something a little bit flatter. I might be able to tuck in right here like this. Ooh, slowly does it. There we go. Maybe? You know what? Let's just do this. Let's turn our thrusters off, and we will leave the reactor and the H2O2s, or O2H2s, running. And let's check out this ship. Alright, so... Ooh, there's an ion thruster. And then an exhaust pipe replacing the other ion thruster. Warfare battery. Oh, this is sideways. There's probably was an ion thruster there, and this then would be more kind of like the center-ish of the ship. Coming on over here. I mean, 80 thruster components this early would be nice. Not very useful, of course, until you go through. Oh, there's an AI defense block. Bunch of thruster components, O2H2 generator, cargo container. Let's go ahead.
Inventory.
Whoa, that was a little too fast. Claim the NPC grid. Chili, spaghetti, bunch of materials. And because there are large steel tubes in this, we could probably go ahead and get a rover up and going without too much issue. Ow, ow. Oh, come on. There we go. If you're at an angle like this, these half stairs are not very useful. Let's see in here. That's the meal pack. MR20. This is meal packs. There's an AI defense. The control seat is basically shot. Ooh, a full cryo chamber. Nice. Can't die not knowing what destroyed the ship. Well, I can, and I'm going to. But where did I go wrong? Got eaten by wolves. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so... I am going to go ahead and use my hydrogen tank to pop up and see if I can see any veggies or bushes, anything like that nearby. Do note we are in O2 low, so atmospheric thrusters are not very useful here. It also means that I am going to be burning through my oxygen. Let's just check out this unknown signal, because sometimes I've gotten veggie seeds from those. And no, okay. Come on, I want to press the button. There we go. No special items. Boo. Alright, so I think that the best thing for me to do now is I should go ahead and use this unknown signal that I found, or the wreck, and put together a little large grid rover that can go ahead and carry my freighter, because it is a lot easier to drive around on wheels and find plants and such than it is for me to go ahead and find them flying, even, you know, with the jetpack. So, what do I need? Ooh, a full-size large. Nice. This would be a great find to go ahead and get you started with. So let's see here. Step one. Oh. Let me pop in here and have it refill the hydrogen. Let's just check that inventory. Huh? Oh, automatic push-pull isn't on. Okay. There we go. Now they will actually start processing the hydrogen. Alrighty. So, gremlin light. Okay. Alright. So let's go ahead and put together a little rover. What I'm going to go ahead and do is build something that's very similar to what my Mars rover started out as, which is just 4 wheels. I will include an assembler and a refinery on it, just, you know, in case I need them. I'd originally planned on doing it before finding this thing, which, you know, hopefully I've got enough large steel tubes that I don't need to go ahead and make use of the assembler and refinery. But, you know, it's nice to have those things on hand.
Inventory full.
And I will just make use of this cargo container.
Full. Inventory full.
I think that I will definitely have
full.
all of the motors that I would ever need just from
full.
this one thruster. Alright, so I need a landing gear to start me out. So let's go ahead and stick it somewhere flattish. Where's a flat-ish spot? There we go. Alright, and then I will just make this the back and kind of go out this way. And chop down that tree, because I almost guarantee it's going to be in the way. Let's start with a basic assembler on the back. And then a basic refinery off to the side. Nope, just one. Then let's go ahead and stick a battery off to the other side. Stick in some cargo containers, which means that I need interior plates. Ow. Where can I get some interior plates from? Let's... Oh, there's a wheel of stuff here. Perfect. Alright. Let's just grab some steel plates. And let's also go ahead and grab that. Whee, ow. Alrighty, so then I'm going to go ahead and do 1, 2. This is going to make it 4 long. 5, 6, 7. That's how long I want it. And then this is the left. So let's put it on this side. And put this one here. And this one, nope. Then I want the right-hand side. There we go. And there we go. Alright. So, to get this thing going, I also want to go ahead and grab Sci-Fi Hydrogen Engine, which I can place right there. And then on this side, I want an H2O2 generator. I've got space for 2 more things there, or basically 2 more blocks, I should say. Then I want to have my connector. 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and place that kind of in the center. A cockpit up front. What else do I need for this? I think that might be everything. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna need to go ahead and build the basic assembler first, because in order to build the battery, I need to go ahead and build the power cells. Actually, that means that I need to do the connector first. Let me change that. So what I can do is I can build the connector, land my ship on top. That will provide power for this thing, which will then let me go ahead and get the basic assembler up and running. And then from there, I can go ahead and produce everything else that I need. So for all of this, I am going to need 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 metal grids, which I should have more than enough just off of what I've already scrapped. Nope, not quite. Alright. So let's go ahead and start scrapping more. Oh, it's full. Oh, yeah, that would do it. Okay. Let's just come on over here. Alright. And then since I'm here, might as well toss as much as I can into these. Alright, so I need 8 motors, 20 computers. Might as well just toss parts into these. Okay, I am short on computers. Let's see if I can scrap some more computers from anything on this. Console. Oh, that's interior plates. I'm gonna need those. Well, there's this blinky timer block that has 5 computers. Okay. There's no computers left in the door. Oh, there's computers in the insect cryo room.
Inventory full.
Alright, there we go. So I can also now just go ahead and dump things in that. And then come on over here. Turn on my thrusters. There we go. And now that I have taken off, what? What? What just happened? You guys saw that too, right? I disconnected the landing gear on my ship, and that disconnected the landing gear for this rover. What the... Really? Oh... And it destroyed the connector. Oh. One moment. All right. I guess I will come on over here. Oh, this is full. Of course it's full. Oh. Seriously. I also just dump those in. I can probably dump one of my hydrogen bombs. What the? Oh, the ghosties. But can we not waste our turret ammo? I promise you, it's not worth it. You. Well, I mean, I guess that's one way to get parts. Alright. Ow. That was a mistake. Let's try this again. So this time I will go ahead and drop this. That side will be the back. Let's start putting this together again. And this time I will get more of it welded up before I disconnect my ship. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is going to be the right. Oh, unable to attach wheel. Great. Alright, and then I need to get the hydrogen engine, the H2O2 generator, the connector, right, what do I have that is... Alright. Ow. I was getting the H2O2 generator on this be pretty easy. Just take it off the old one. Gremlin XL. Alrighty. Time to scrape off a whole bunch more of this. Get that. Alright, let's pop on up here, and I need small steel tubes. I thought I saw some catwalk here. That has small steel tubes on it, right? Yes, it does. Alright, there we go. The connector is in place. Now I am not going to lift off with my ship until more of this is built. And I just had the thought that I probably could have put the H2O2 generator on with one of these. Is that worth... You know what? Actually, yes. I don't need all of this. If I can just go ahead and slap the H2O2 like this, and then right and left, and then top. Alright. I need small steel tubes still. Okay. Perfect. Alright, and then I have 1, 2, 3. What is taking so much? Okay. And then I can go ahead and put parts into those. Gee, I might not even need that if I can just power it off my fighter for a bit. But, anyways. Let's come on back here. Ooh, heat vent.
Inventory full.
Need metal grids and small steel tubes again. The basic refinery is done. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and be at this for a little bit, and I will be back once this is more ready. Alright, and I have basically finished scrapping that wreck. I was able to put together most of this. However, I am short the power cells, surprise, surprise, and more importantly, short small steel tubes. So I basically just need a bunch of small steel tubes in order to go ahead and get this up and running. Bulletproof glass would be nice for the cockpit, but not vital. However, the survival kit on my ship cannot produce small steel tubes. It also cannot produce power cells. So that means that in order to get this thing up and running, I have to lift off with that, land it up here, and then use the power from that to go ahead and get this going. I might be able to build that. Let's just be safe rather than sorry, and make sure that that gets built. I also put a piston on the front so I can lift it up and put that other wheel on. So let's get the Razor on top and get this little rover powered up. So I need... There we go. I have probably chewed through most of the ice that I had. And then I can just kind of fly this on over. And then line up on the connector and hope that connectors work without power on both sides. There we go.
No fuel.
You don't say. Woo! Okay, that was a little fast. Alright, so with that, this
No fuel.
is now up and running. Not that it does me a whole lot of good. So I now need to go ahead and produce some small steel tubes. So let me go ahead and actually do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and what do you mean not able to be put into production?
No fuel.
This is what I want. Oh, for the love of fluff. It has power, yes?
No fuel.
Basic assembler is on. And I go ahead and pull things. No? Are you not sharing power for some reason? Oh, that does it.
No fuel.
I turned off the batteries and the reactor with the vent controller. Now things make more sense. Alright, so with the reactors on now, I can go ahead and produce. There we go. Alright, I've got everything but the power cells now. I got the power cell for that, so worst case scenario, I can just run off hydrogen for a bit. piston. Let's actually zoom out a little bit. Piston, I want to extend you. Let's go ahead and start with 2.6 and a velocity of 0.25. And then, while that does that, let's go ahead and carefully drop that off. A piston. No. Wheel. Nope. Piston. Keep on Actually, let's do this. Come on in here and add my cockpit to handbrake on off. Handbrake on. Extend the piston out a bit more. And then wheel. There we go. Now piston, I can now reverse. Let me eat this really quick. Alrighty, there we go. Now everything is under construction. I can take this piston off. Production, I don't need more. There we go. And then I just need to build the battery. But even without that, I can get moving. Perfect! Alright, so now I can take my handbrake off. And my handbrake back on. I cannot drive this thing nicely with the fighter on the back because it does this. Ah! Is it worth it to go ahead and like replace the cockpit with a remote control? And then just like remote control it? I think I might be onto something here. Alright. Alright, I don't need this in anymore. Let me take the battery off. Alright, I am now in my ship, controlling the rover from my ship. Okay, that is absolutely hilarious. You, get down here. You might have some power cells on you. about you have some computers? Alrighty. So in that case, I can actually get rid of the cockpit. And then from here, I should have taken the park brake off before I did that. Dang it. Remote control. Main remote control. Alrighty! We have the jankiest rover I have ever seen. But it is perfect. Alrighty, so I need to figure out how exactly I am going to get down off this mountain. Also, why I can't set the park brake from the remote control. The remote control. Handbrake on off. There we go. So if I zoom out, I do not want to go that way. But I can kind of go back that way. Whoa! Got that tree. Let me also check that. So this is on. This I want off. I can just power this off of my reactors. Oh, careful. Whoa, out. Okay. Well, my driving hasn't improved, but, you know. Oh, and that's what I should do. Hydrogen tanks stockpile off. There we go. Now I can recharge my hydrogen from the cockpit even though I am connected. And then let's see here. What else would be useful here? I think if I were to go ahead, Parallax security outpost, interesting. If I put a large grid drill on the front of this, that will also allow me to quickly build up, but I need to also let me turn my antenna on. Wheels, that's what I need. Take my wheels, and then I'm going to raise the height offset all the way up. Can I stick this on the bottom here? Yes, I can. And that will also allow me to gather enough ice to refill. Alright, let's see here. Production, oh, it's already done. Perfect. Then I want to do drill, toggle block on off. And then me come in here and find my wheels. And here I can now go into my groups, wheels, and then I want to increase height offset and decrease height offset. Alright. And very, very carefully move on down the hill. And then check to see if I am picking up ice. I am. Perfect. Okay. Alright, that's what I need to do. I need to turn braking off on the front wheels. Okay, front wheels, take brake off. There we go. Now I'm not worried about tipping over forwards when I'm going forwards. Perfect. Alright, so time to go hunting for veggies. And maybe take out this Parallax security outpost because it's there and it exists. Alright, I might be able to get down that way. But let's get a bit closer to the security outpost. And just see if it's something that can be easily attacked. Because, you know, why not? Alright. So, let's see here. The assembler... still don't have enough silicon for more power cells. Let me finish off my kelp crisps. And then let me actually go ahead and build a lab small hydrogen tank here. Just that way I can use this to build up some hydrogen. And I think I need to fly out of this. Oh, I am not driving to that. That is not going to happen. Alright, well, let's just try and get down off this mountain some. Preferably without crashing. I think if I come back this way and then hang a right, I can go downhill. I hate this fog. I think if I go that way... Carefully. Carefully. Ooh, boy. Alright. We slowly get out of these mountains. And let me just check. Am I out of... I'm betting I'm out of iron. No? What am I out of? Oh, stop refining cobalt. Do I have nickel? Yeah, I have 0.05 units of it. Okay, so I need to get to somewhere that my large drill head can go ahead and gather stone. And then from there, I can go ahead and finish up everything else on this rover. And then it's just a matter of finding veggies. And not crashing. And all this lovely fog, which I'm sure you guys are more than happy to be watching this and seeing exactly nothing because of this weather. Oh, hey, we've got some stone here. I could just, like, grab some of that. Bringing in some stone, that's useful. My survival kit is still working on that. And that's giving me stuff to build power cells. Perfect. Alright, let's go ahead and raise back up. Scooch a little bit further forward. And then lower back down. And then raise it back up. There we go. I probably have plenty of stone now. And I can lower myself down just a smidge to pick up more ice. Alright, and with that, I should also be able to now. There we go. Take out a few more trees. Oh, shit. Oh, never mind. That's not a world scene. That's just the light. Oh, boy. Alright. And I am going too fast for how low I am. So, let's go ahead and check again for ice. I am sitting on a bunch, so... And now that the sun has come out, we can actually see what plants are around. Which is, you know, the whole purpose of us being here. Evidence to the contrary notwithstanding, it is not to see how many trees we can take out. Though, you know, in case you were wondering, the answer is a lot. Ow! Tree! You're supposed to fall when I hit you. Alright. Ah! Whoa, boy. Uh-oh. Maybe my rig needs a bumper. Alright, and we are now out of the snow regions. So, considering what I am up to, I can probably afford to go ahead and turn that drill off now. I'll keep it mounted to the front just, you know, in case. And... Okay, fine, be that way. I will not finish my battery. And I guess I will go ahead and continue collecting some stone because I don't have enough silicon yet. Alrighty. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and call that the episode here. I am on wheels now, which should make it a lot easier to find fruits and berries and so on. And then it's just a matter of roaming around until I find them. Assert bulldog. What is an assert bulldog? I don't know, but I don't really want to attack it. However, I can go ahead and turn my turrets back on. Did you have to? Oh boy. Anyways. So, whoa! No, 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 no! Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh god! 1 sec. Gyros. Turn you on. I turned them off with my event controller because I want my event controller to go ahead and basically not have my docked ships introduce phantom forces. Oh god, this is a hell. But that has been biting me in the butt on this one. And let's just finish getting down this hill, and then I will call it quits for the day. Oh boy. And none of these little bushes are veggies. Do a quick zoom out, see if anything pops up. Let's not go for the Canyon of Doom over there. Ship, well, this contraption is now a little too heavy for my ship to fly away with. Oh boy. Alright, so if you've watched this disaster up until this point, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time, hopefully still in one piece. Alright, have a good one, guys.